Chapter 1. A Call to Prayer. On your walls, O Jerusalem, I have set watchmen. All the day and all the night they shall never be silent. You who put the Lord in remembrance, take no rest, and give him no rest, until he establishes Jerusalem and makes it a praise in the earth. Isaiah chapter 62, verses 6 through 7. A call. We are called to be watchmen. In times of war, every fortified city had them on its walls. Whoever passed that way was challenged, and if he was an enemy, the watchman sounded an alarm for the city to be protected against attack. God's people should act as watchmen on the walls. In the Roman days, a sentry never thought of quitting his post. Christians are put in their positions, and they must stand strong, because they have received their commands from the King himself. We do not just guard by day only, but during the darkest night we are to maintain our watch. All the day and all the night. We are never off duty. Ours is a life service and a constant service. Our service of the Lord's cause is not just on Sundays, but as often as we have opportunity. But, in the next place, we are to be spokesmen, always ready to speak a word in season. They shall never be silent. By prayer you unlock the treasuries of heaven. Keep the key constantly turning. As speakers heavenward and earthward, never hold your peace day nor night. We are also called to be record keepers, or those that remind. You who put the Lord in remembrance, take no rest. Kings had an officer to remind them of the promises they had made. The Lord has appointed his praying people to be his record keepers. God cannot forget. But he calls us to act as if he could, and put him in remembrance. By reminding the Lord of his promises, we become better acquainted with them. If we pray without a promise, we have no reason to expect an answer. A caution. Take no rest. Always be praying. If not always in the act of prayer, always be in the spirit of prayer. Pray without ceasing. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17. Do not just reason with him, but wrestle with God in prayer. Sometimes pray without words, and sometimes with them. Pray alone, and pray often with others. Watch and pray. Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. That sums up our verse. Never rest from prayer because you are tired of it. Whenever prayer becomes unpleasant, it should be a loud warning to pray even more. When a person gets tired of breathing, then they must be dying. When a person gets tired of praying, we should be worried about them, because they are in a bad way. Never rest from prayer because you have prayed enough. When has anyone prayed enough? I have heard of soldiers sleeping while on the march, and I have known some good people sleep while praying, till I have thought that their prayers were a kind of pious snore. Above all, let us never rest out of despair. A command. Give him no rest. Give God no rest. I am amazed at such a command. I am sure none of you ever told a beggar to be persistent with you. Persistence is commanded, is influential with God. Jesus reminds us of this in his parables. The widow who seeks justice from a judge. Her perseverance is a model and an encouragement for us. Another man has a friend who arrives at his door in the night asking for bread. We should persist like this until God's door is opened. You may have what you will if you understand the art of persistence. It would not have been commanded had it not been right for us and prevalent with God. God is moved by the persistent prayers of his people. Take no rest from prayer, and give him no rest. Daily Reflection. These daily reflections are an addition. Instead of taking the place of the reading or adding any significant revelations, they are meant to guide you to think more about what has just been read, and how it relates to your own life, and about what you might need to change. Do you see yourself as a watchman, spokesman, or record keeper? Why? 2. What is your first reaction to the words, all the day and all the night? What do you understand by them? 3. Read Matthew chapter 26, verses 36 through 46. How do you relate to the disciples in their response to the command, watch and pray? 4. What is the difference between being in the act of prayer and the spirit of prayer? 5. Are you persistent in prayer? Do you find it easy?